Hey y'all, it's Brandon
And Stephanie,
from Getting Gazelle, coming to you live from a hotel room.
Embassy Suites.
Yeah, so our air conditioner went out on Sunday, and
We got home from church and our house was 80 degrees.
so we contacted the previous owners because we've only lived in our new place for, 20 some odd days. They're taking care of the cost, which is great. But we called a technician to come out over the weekend, and the Freon was empty. So he said clearly there's a leak somewhere, and he charged it up, which was fine. And then he said that he had to fill it with a dye to do some type of test, so where they could find out where the leak was from. I'm not an air conditioner person.
I'm not either.
So
wrong business for me.
That was like kind of the on-call. They came out, and then he came out again on Wednesday.
Which is today.
Today.
It's been a long day.
It's been a long day. He came out today, and for him to do it, he found out where the leak was coming from, and he said for him to do it, it was going to be like this exuberant amount of money, and even though I wasn't paying for it, I didn't feel comfortable with that. So I contacted the previous owner. They said they had a company that they typically use.
He said it was the coil.
Yes, it was the evap coil.
Evap coil, and that he would have to order the part, and it's on back order until August.
So that wasn't going to work. So when I contacted them, they said, well, let me have the company I typically use come out, because we had agreed that I was going to pay for it. I had text messages that said they were going to reimburse us for the cost.
Right.
But he said this company, he works with them all the time. They would actually just bill him, which works out way better for us anyway. So they came out, and he said, go ahead and have the guy that's there charge it again, if you will, and that way you'll have AC until I can get my guy out. So he charged it again.
Which apparently you can't charge it again with the dye in it. You're supposed to flush the system and then charge it.
So by doing so, when this new person came out, he said that now, instead of it just being the evap coil, the reason we're not getting any cool air today is because the compressor is shot, because they refilled it or charged it when we had the dye in it.
So, when we returned from our pediatrician appointment where we were establishing our children, all 5 of our children had well checks today and their annual physicals and all that good stuff. When we returned home, it was 82 degrees in our house.
Yay.
At 10 till 5. So, we
first off, the kids did really good at the pediatrician appointment.
They did great, and we got great reports. And I got the referrals that we need for speech and OT and physical therapy. I had another form I needed filled out. Everything went great. We took up like 2.5 hours of our doctor's schedule this afternoon, because that's what it takes for 5 children to go through.
So we went ahead and told the kids, because they were on good behavior, we were going to take them out to dinner anyway.
Right, and we had budgeted for it. On the way out of the neighborhood, I had to stop and talk with another parent because a little boy acted like he was going to swing his bat at my van. I thought the mother should know, so I very nicely walked up to her house.
Snitch.
Well,
just kidding.
I very nicely asked the little boy which house was his, and then I went and knocked on the door, introduced myself, and told her what her son was doing, which he tried to deny, and then he said, I didn't even hit her car. So he's in trouble, I bet. And I don't think we're going to have that problem based on what I could hear after we shut the door.
They say it takes a village to raise a child.
We're part of that village. That's it. We're part of that village. We don't always appreciate the village, but we're part of it. And so we did that on the way out of our neighborhood, and then we went to eat, and then we booked a hotel while we were at the restaurant, and then we went home and packed up things for one day. We're Hilton Diamond members because of all of Brandon's business travel, plus our personal travel, plus our relocation I mean, we've been in temporary housing for 120 days in the last 12 months.
Yep.
And we earned points on all that. So we are diamond status, so we are at the top of the embassy. We can see Busch Gardens. We were given a goodie bag. We were given an unlimited code to the Credenza, where they have snacks and drinks.
So big shout out to Embassy Suites at Hilton, because they are always fantastic.
They have been amazing. It's one of our favorite chains to stay at. And then they also gave us coupons for 2 nightcaps.
I don't know what she's going to drink.
Mm.
I'm just kidding.
Anyways, if I have to, I'll spend my blow money tonight. I'm typically a blow money hoarder. And this is the spender when it comes to blow money.
That's what it's for. It's blow money. It's not save money.
But I will, I save it because the things that I want to blow it on are really big, like my purses.
Mm-hmm.
So, we've had a day, and...
But yeah, when we checked in, so the lady said, because of your diamond status, you know, we're going to upgrade your seating at the free breakfast tomorrow, which was nice. And then she handed me a coupon that said, you know, since you missed the evening reception, here's, you know, for 2 free drinks. And I was like, oh my goodness, you can't believe how much that's needed today.
We don't drink a lot, but occasionally we do partake in a beverage. And I know somebody's going to say it, so I'm just going to go ahead and say it first. I know I said yesterday my skin had cleared up because I hadn't had gluten. Well, guess what? I watched a video on Facebook about this girl that her dad died, and it was her wedding day, and so her brother sang the song, and then her grandfather danced with her, and then each of the brothers, and then her father-in-law danced with her, and I was just over here
she was over there boo-hoo, and I was like, the AC? I didn't know why. I was like, the AC will be done tomorrow.
He thought I was upset about the air conditioning, but I was watching a video on Facebook, so I get splotchy when I cry. All my kids do. And, so that is why I'm red.
Still not gluten.
It's not gluten. So, and I didn't have gluten at the restaurant. I was very careful. Like vegetables and steak. So.
As did I. And sweet potato fries.
Yes, he had sweet potato fries. So, because I can't eat regular potatoes because I can't have nightshades.
So and I could, but I don't because I want to.
He's so sweet.
Be fair.
And so in the past, when I've been pregnant and I can't have an adult beverage, he normally will not have an adult beverage. And so since I can't have nightshades, which most of you are probably saying, what in the world is a nightshade? It's a white potato, any pepper.
Except black pepper
except and white black pepper. And white pepper. So like green pepper, bell pepper, all that.
Cayenne, chili pepper. Paprika.
Tomatoes.
That's a big one because tomato, like puree and stuff like that, is in almost every single condiment that you can think of.
I can't eat ketchup. I'm allergic.
Who's allergic to ketchup?
I mean, that's almost un-American.
But stuff that we have to deal with.
So, but I'm feeling so much better following this diet. Stop, you're making me dizzy. Okay, I'm feeling so much better following this diet, and I am seeing improvements, which is what keeps me going. I cheated one night, and I was sick for like 3 days. So I had gluten and dairy.
She won't be eating the pretzels out of that goodie bag they gave us.
Toast. And it made me so instantly and violently sick that I was like, how did I live like this before? It was terrible. So, I won't be cheating. So, I'm just not.
Which, I mean, they say after some research that we've done on these type of special, I mean, I don't like to say the word diets, but lifestyle changes, that sometimes it's okay to cheat because it reminds you of why you're doing what you're doing. And it puts you back on the wagon.
Oh, yeah. He ordered dairy the other night when we were out with our friends at Downtown Disney. Well, and he paid for it.
And it was a mistake.
A whole 24 hours.
I didn't intentionally order, but then when they brought it, I was like, I don't want to complain. And, I mean, it was my fault. So I'll just eat it, whatever. It's not going to hurt me one time. Lie.
It was cheese and ranch dressing.
And it hurt me.
And it hurt him for 24 hours.
So,
anybody that's worried about the kittens with the temperatures the way they are, we have the kittens in our bedroom with 2 giant fans going. And we have all their favorite toys out. So, and we check their water and their food and all that. So, I'll probably stop by tomorrow. Our Cole is not feeling well. I think he has another upper respiratory cold. So he's going back to the vet tomorrow afternoon. And then we're just going to try and get this air conditioning thing fixed. We are just...
I took the day off work tomorrow.
Yeah.
To make sure that we can get this done. But anyway, so the moral of this video is emergency fund.
Save your emergency fund.
An emergency fund.
$1,000 saved. And when you go below your $1,000, you stop what you're doing and refill your emergency fund to $1,000, because Murphy can smell when your emergency fund is less than $1,000.
Yep.
Okay? Because we have now paid for an air conditioning man that wasn't ours twice, paid for him twice, and paid for a hotel room out of our emergency fund. If we didn't have that emergency fund, we would have to put it on credit, because we just don't have that kind of money laying around, because we're trying to get out of debt.
Or we would be staying in a 90-degree house. And that ain't happening. So, I mean, at the end of the day...
But we still would have to pay for the air conditioning man that came...
That's true.
That didn't directly bill the people or whatever.
At the end of the day, I mean, the emergency fund, it's just that when you have an emergency, you're going to be stressed out anyway because of the emergency. So why even add to that burden of stressing out about, going into more debt or whatever?
Right.
It's just one less thing
to worry
about.
We were just like, pay it out of the emergency fund. We have it. That's what it's for. It's for emergencies. This is an emergency. That is the story of the emergency fund. As usual, if you have any prayer requests, go ahead and leave them for us. There's 3 ways you can do it. You can email us at gettinggazelle@gmail.com. You can leave it below. Or you can...
My personal favorite.
Find us on Facebook.
At Getting Gazelle.
At Getting Gazelle. So we...
use those same 3 ways to get us any questions that you have, because we have opened up our Q&A session. So that'll be coming soon. Pretty much an open book. So... just let us know what you want to know. We'll be happy to answer it.
And thanks, guys, for the support yesterday when I was feeling so frustrated. Brandon was in the office, and he was in a conference call, and I didn't really have anybody to talk to about it that would understand it or understand the whole YouTube thing. So I vented, and the person, BJ, has made a comment trying to rationalize what they said. I still don't know if it's a guy or a girl. What they said, and they've made a lot of assumptions about us and our family and our children, especially our child that has special needs, which we actually have 2 children with special needs, well, 3 children with special needs, but we won't go into all that for their privacy's sake. But they've made assumptions, that we have some caseworker at social services and that's all they meant. That's clearly not all they meant. But I have thickened up my skin a little bit. They've made a lot of assumptions. They're wrong. And you just have to remember, when you're watching YouTube, you're watching 15-minute clips of our family and our life. So we're open book. And, if someone would have asked me, hey, Stephanie, do you have a caseworker for your children with disabilities? I would say, no, I don't. I am the caseworker. I'm the one that schedules all of our appointments, and I'm the one that takes them to all of our appointments, and I'm the one that pays all the copays for all of our appointments, and I am also the queen of the spreadsheet that makes sure that we have the money for the copays. So that's my rant for today. Yesterday I was hurt. Today I'm ranty. So that's how it works. But thank you for your support.
You guys are awesome. If there's anything that we can do for you, always just reach out. Let us know.
Yep. So we'll see you later.
See y'all later.